So we are on our way to the beach right now. This is gonna be the first time I take y'all to the ocean. It is 6:10 a.m. I was trying to catch the sunrise. What's important is that we are gonna get parking in summer, the middle of early July, at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, on a Saturday. Good morning. It is 6:30 in the morning. This is the first time I've come here this early to my beach. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the power of being courageous in your authenticity versus trying to feel like you have to have some big empowering message. Just showing up as your authentic self is so valuable. And it's a lesson I'm learning every day right now. I'm really practicing finding my voice, because starting YouTube, I know what I want to say, but I want to be efficient with y'all's time, so I was putting a lot of hours into making sure I said all the right words and delivering them with precision. The hard thing, one more time. But the kind of content I'm seeing be successful on YouTube, that's in my algorithm at least, is people who are just showing up and being super organic. And I really vibe with that. I think we can all appreciate that because we're so consumed, spend so much time consuming information, consuming content. And we don't spend a lot of time with other humans in real life. Maybe you do. I do not. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I moved to a new state, 18 hours away from my home and my best friend. And then my parents live 6 hours from me. Birthday to you.
Harley, you want some of the hugs?
7 years old.
So, but I chose this because it was right for me. However, yeah, I'm alone a lot. So it's nice to just kind of have someone on in the background, YouTube-wise. I have some vloggers I like.
So I started slowing everything down. I pulled back from travel. Eventually I stopped traveling altogether. I sold my van. And even though I made a few attempts to come back,
and I just really feel very relaxed when I listen to them. So I just find it super interesting because I was thinking I had to care so much. So pretty. I was thinking I had to care so much about exactly what I say, but that's not a sustainable way to do this, because I don't want my presence on YouTube to depend on planning. I just want to be able to show up and hang out with you guys and talk about what's going on with me, and have faith that that's going to inspire you, because everything I'm talking about is stuff that I'm actually struggling with and that I believe I can find success in. And so I want to be on the journey with you. So there's this, what kind of inspired this video is there's this other YouTuber who just did her first video June 25th, okay? Oh, it's so pretty, but now you can't see me. All right, she got on YouTube and she just talked about stuff she's struggling with. Some personal stuff that's going on with her family at her home. And she was crying. I don't know. It was maybe a 10-minute video. She ended up getting 45,000 views. That was the last time I checked. I mean, it could be double by now for all I know. And some people just get lucky like that. Fortunately, I really appreciate every little morsel of the journey, which, by the way, if you're someone who's viewing my videos, thank you so much. It means the world to me to have your support. to get your likes. Like on my last video, I got 4 likes and I was like, yay! I'm coming onto YouTube in a chapter where I feel empowered to share because I've achieved some things in the past couple years and I feel like now that I have evidence of me crawling out of ditches of circumstances in my life, I feel like I can share what I've overcome, how I did it with y'all, kind of the vibe, and let that help y'all. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of unresolved circumstances. A huge one for me is career. You couldn't pay me enough to stay in corporate at this age in my life. That's what I've come to realize turning 39 this year. Like, that's just not the life for me. So how do I achieve next steps? Because there's so many like out of control factors. So the best I can do is work on what I can control and trying to live a healthy life in like the little bit of free time I have. And trying to improve the quality of the free time I have. In my previous video, I talked about like living an intentional life and how sometimes you can be too intentional because I was like spending so much time on preparing my YouTube videos that I wasn't allowing myself enough personal time to do things like come to the ocean or read a book or go to the gym. But seeing things like that, like her just freaking skyrocket because she was herself, as much as it stings to see her blossom so quickly, it is inspiring to notice, but why? Why did people like that so much? What can I learn from that? So I choose to be inspired by that. What I think people got from it, my interpretation, is they found stuff in there that they can relate to. So that ties back to the point of this video, the power of authenticity, being vulnerable, and how people relate to that. It doesn't need to be about like, oh, I have this totally empowering message that I've crafted over many years. Maybe people just want to hear like what's going on, what you're currently struggling with, or little achievements you're encountering each day. Emphasis on, so when you don't have some, like in my case, I don't have some script prepared, I don't have some planned outline for what I'm gonna achieve today. These sorts of circumstances give me the opportunity to build trust with myself and keep promises to myself. My promise was to go to the beach for the first time in the morning, to show y'all the ocean for the first time on this channel, and to just like show up and speak from my heart as best as I could and like start practicing that. I didn't get much sleep, but I was like, no, we are doing this today. In all my discomfort, I still showed up. That's what you have to do with building any new habit. If you're trying to start learning how to cook, you have to just be like, well, here goes nothing. Or going to the gym, well, here goes nothing. And by doing that, you learn what strengths you have in that area, like over time. Like stuff might end up coming really natural to you, or like natural gifts you have might start to emerge. What's aligned with you always makes itself known when you take action. It's been like interesting watching my voice evolve because back in early 2025, I had zero voice. I had no idea what to say. Fast forward to now, I knew what I wanted to say so much that I was able to put it down on paper, but then that became too rigid. Now I'm trying to now remove the script. So that's with everything that you're working on. Like, you can always notice points of, I heard this in a YouTube video just this morning. I was like, I love when YouTube videos are like super aligned with what I'm going through, which also ties to this video. She was talking about some other lady, totally other lady. She was talking about removing points of resistance in your life and how I feel like that. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like literally what I'm doing this weekend. Because points of resistance for me that I noticed in the past several weeks was how much time I'm putting into preparing these videos. And it became like a little bit unhealthy for me. I want to do more with the little free time I have. So, what are some points of resistance that you can think about in the processes you are participating in towards building a life that lights you up? Whatever new goals you're incorporating, which I commend you for, because it's hard to start something new, but like, have you been doing it enough to like, learn, make some observations where you can kind of like remove something that's causing some resistance to basically improve your circumstances at all, improve your progress, make it more comfortable for you? These are the questions to ask yourself. I hope it inspired you today to see me totally continuing to get out of my comfort zone and hang out with you guys and just talk about everything I'm working on to continue transforming and evolving my life. Oh, there's a bunch of guys working out. There's a workout group. There's a workout group on the beach next to my chair now. They're all doing burpees. Hey, I commend them. All right, my name's Kirsten, and by the way, there's a free alignment check-in worksheet in the description below. Check it out. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye. Okay, real quick, just for your entertainment. So those guys, they were literally like 10 feet from my chair. And I was in the water when they all showed up, so they didn't realize this was my chair. Anywho, I tried to give them their space respectfully. I tried to be in the water a lot while they were doing their thing. They were doing like a bunch of burpees and sit-ups, crunches on the sand, and then they'd like run out to the beach and the ocean and do a burpee in the ocean type thing. Anyways, when they finished, I was sitting in my chair, and they had witnessed me do like a little bit of filming. And one of them was like, so are you like, as they're walking by leaving, one of them was like, so are you like an influencer? And I was like, trying. I mean, I wouldn't call being, I didn't say this, I'm telling you this. I wouldn't call being on YouTube like necessarily my goals being to be an influencer. But just regarding me having any sort of presence on a channel was what I was thinking in my head. But I was like, trying. He was like, so you like do that? And I was like, I've been doing it for like 6 weeks, pretty much, so very new. And he was like, cool. And then another one was like, hey, make sure you edit us. Feel free to edit us out of any of your content. And I was like, don't worry, I don't think I caught you in like any of it. And another guy was like, did you get some good surf shots? Because they saw me like trying to film myself and like struggling. Because my tripod was like sinking in the sand. Anyway, I was like, trying. So yeah, good vibes, good for them. And it's a beautiful day. Bye.